name is Lauren Johnson, and today I'm going to be making veggie spring rolls. Here in Iowa, the weather is quickly changing to winter, and so I'm excited to be having the flavors and the veggies of spring again. So to get started, I've soaked in warm water these brown rice spring roll wrappers. I was really excited to find brown rice because it's just a little bit nutritious than what you might find for a white rice wrapper. So I've got that here just in warm water. So they're really thin wrappers. So I've used warm water because they can easily tear. And so if you've got warm water, it kind of helps preserve that. Now this is such a fun, rubbery texture. If you have children, this would be a really fun way to engage them and have them soak these for you. So once they've been in warm water for about 30 seconds, they'll soften up. You just put them here on a clean work surface and kind of spread them out as best as you can here. And then we're gonna load them up with vegetables. So kind of what you would imagine putting in sushi is what I'm adding today, but you could really add whatever you have in your fridge. So I'm gonna get started with a couple of cucumber slices. Just kind of layer them. Start on one end so it's easier to wrap once you get to the end there. So we'll just add some red cabbage next. You can put as much as you want. You'll end up wrapping this when it's all done. And so the more you've got in there, the bigger your little spring roll will be. So feel free to be generous there. Next, I just have some yellow bell pepper. You could also have red or green, really whatever you have on hand or whatever you can find. Red would be a pretty color to put in here too. Okay, and then next I have some, I shredded some broccoli stems. So I just had used broccoli florets earlier this week and had the stems left in the fridge that I was hoping to use up. And so it's just such a cruciferous vegetable and really hearty, nutritious for us. So I wanted to incorporate that somehow, so I'm using it here. And last but not least, I've got some shredded carrots, so we'll just add that. Now, cilantro is something that you could add too. If you're maybe bringing it to a potluck or having it with friends and family and you're not sure if they like cilantro, maybe be thoughtful about that and make some with or without if you're making a whole bunch, but I am gonna add some here because I really like cilantro. You could also add avocado, but if you are trying to watch your fat intake, if you have heart disease, avocado might be something that you do want to steer away from, but otherwise that could be a nice addition. So once you've got all your veggies, you're just gonna kind of wrap it up like a little burrito. Now this part can be a little bit intimidating for the first time that you're doing it. So if it is your first time, just have some patience and keep trying because it can get kind of sticky, but just get your veggies as close to each other as you can, and then just fold the sides in, and then you'll tightly wrap it together. And now if you find that they're too thin, like if your wrapper does start to tear, you can always use 2 wrappers. That'll also make it a little bit thicker and help it stay together. But otherwise, it's just this nice little wrapper here, just a little baby burrito, which I just love. It's so nutritious. So with this, I really like a peanut sauce. You could though, if you have somebody with a peanut allergy, I also really like a sweet chili sauce. So you can use one of these. They do have a little bit more sugar, so just be mindful of that, but that would be a good addition. So to get started with our peanut sauce, I've just got a 1/4 cup of water. I'm also going to use a 1/4 cup of tamari, which is just a gluten-free soy sauce. And then I also have a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, which I'll add. And then this peanut butter that I'm using a creamy peanut butter, and it just has peanuts and salt. So be sure you look at the nutrition label and get something that doesn't have any added oil. So I'll just add that there. You could also use a peanut butter powder if you were worried about the fat of the peanut butter. That could be used instead. And then lastly, I just have a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt, granulated garlic, and ginger. You could use fresh ginger and garlic too. That would work really well for this recipe. Now I've just put it in this jar because it's really easy to just shake up. If you wanted to do it in a blender, you certainly could to make it a little bit creamy, but this works just as well too. And that way, if I am going to a potluck, if I'm going on a picnic, it's really easy to take this sauce. So you just shake it up, and there you have it. Really quick and simple and easy. So I'll cut this really quickly so you can see the inside, how pretty and colorful it is. So really good with just your fresh vegetables. I love having this with friends and family. It's really pretty to lay out with the peanut sauce or your sweet chili sauce. So I hope you try it and enjoy it. Thanks.